Hi, everyone. Welcome. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys, I am late. I needed to get the coffee. The coffee, you guys know the coffee is number one over here. It just is. Welcome, everybody. Jen, welcome. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Ooh, the hair. Pepperoni, look at this. The hair is going crazy. Welcome, everybody. Wim, how you doing? Wim, Tammy, Billy Joe, Pika. Oh my God, you guys, it's Friday. Friday, Jen. Welcome. Who else? Lady of Veggies. How you doing, love? Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for being here. We still waiting. The screen was not frozen. We're still waiting. I need to run and get my coffee, guys. Nebulous. How you doing, Nebby? Lovey Cats. Erica. Pepperoni. Welcome. Cheeks. Welcome. Rhiannon. Welcome. Chico. Welcome. We are early today. Yes, we are. Intergalactic Defender. Welcome. Heidi. Welcome. Solus. Welcome. Solus, how'd you get your font that way? It's so pretty. I need to figure out how to make my font that cute. Like, I don't know. Is it like a phone setting? There's something on my leg, y'all. Hold up. Is it a phone setting or what is it? I just think it's cute. I like it. Lady J now, welcome. It's Friday. Little Pinto's in the house. Welcome. Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. Look at it. It's not cute. Like I like the way, like the design is kind of cool. I want to know how you did that. You Googled it? I forgot. Okay, so how to change your font? I might be able to change the channel font. Ooh, now that'd be trippy. Mm. Don't do your font like that because it makes tagging impossible unless you copy paste. Oh, see, that's a good point. Don't do it like that because it does make it impossible. Oh my God, Veruca said I just finished the Gary video and here y'all want to we gonna talk about Gary. Of course we are gonna talk about Gary because let me tell you the amount of messages that I got from the people was very interesting. I mean, it was interesting in the sense of like, I'm so glad you did this breakdown. I'm so glad you looked at this. I'm so glad you decided to review this because I had forgotten about this part or I had forgotten about that part. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that here in a minute. Beach, welcome. Shout out to you, cappuccinos all around. Yes, well, iced coffee. Cappuccino is warm, right? Anything, a frap is cold. Frap is ice. Am I correct on that? I see. I don't know. I just know that my coffee has to be cold. I don't like warm coffee. I don't. I don't. Hey, just a tea, please. Welcome. Just look at the X's here. Welcome. She unalived him. Oof. Let me tell you, I had so many people contact me on that video. I'm telling you. Chaos, welcome. Shout out to you. Because Pika, I always copy and paste. I'm not fast at typing. I know if you're in the desktop though, if you're in the phone, it might be hard to like definitely tag. Adelson News, Adelson. Oh my gosh. The matriarch of the Adelson. Lord, I'll never understand. That case is crazy. First of all, let me just say that. Crazy as it gets. Michigan Madre, welcome. Layla, welcome. Look at all my peeps coming through. Linda H, welcome. It was interesting. I had no idea any of it. Well, thank you. Linda with an eye. Shout out to my Lindas with the eyes. Not my Lindas with the Y's. Shout out to my Lindas with the eyes. Beautiful Linda. Thank you for being here. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Chelsea, welcome. Chelsea by the Sea, welcome. Oh my God, y'all. I'm trying to like, can the coffee hit already? I'm waiting for the coffee to just hit. Erica. Yeah, that's the Linda we like. The Linda with the eye. The right Linda, not this Linda. Not this Linda right here. Hold up. It's Friday, you guys. I take my time on Fridays, okay? Where's my Linda? This is the Linda this is the face we make when we see a Linda with an eye. You know what I mean? Hey Steve, how you doing? How you doing? Look at Linda. Linda's like Yeah, I had to cough. I don't want to cough on my microphone. I'm late. I'm late for an important date. Welcome, Cash. Welcome, welcome. That's that Linda. That's that Linda. Ooh, Spunky. Yes. Hey, I saw. Let me put Linda. Hold up. Put this face down for a minute. Thank you. The disgruntled Linda. Okay. Hey, Leslie Ann, welcome. So Spunky says, yeah, I saw the Wells Fargo story. It must be missing some detail. People freaked out. But if she was just there for part of the day, that isn't that surprising. So we're gonna get into that as well. Shout out to Wim who says, I'm just gonna be eating dinner pretty soon. Shout out to my people from the other side of the world that's like in a different time zone, possibly on a different date. Because right now, while we're drinking coffee, Wim is having dinner. Mm-hmm. Kim's in the house. Kim, welcome, welcome. Hey, Miyu. All right, I think the notifications are going out. Heidi, how you doing? I think I've said hello to mostly everybody. I think Jen. All right, everybody, come through, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you guys. You guys could be everywhere, but you are here. So thank you. Let's talk about yeah. Let's get started with this Wells Fargo story, okay? I'm sorry, I'm like looking at other cases. But this Wells Fargo story, and oh, hold up, y'all. Sorry about that. The kids are back in school, so I have a feeling that all those germs and whatnot are gonna be like crawling up on everywhere, and I will be sick in the next couple weeks because that's how it works when these children of the corn return to school. I don't know what it is about schools, right? They want you to do everything that you need to do, buy them, sanitizers and tissues and water bottles and Crayola and markers and all kinds of stuff, you guys, all kinds of stuff. And I'll never understand how we still get everybody sick. Mm. You did, Billy Joe? You have to tell me what they are. Make sure you tag me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I don't understand. Everybody gets sick, but the school's asking us to do, do they not use the damn uh Clorox wipes that we buy them? Do they not use these Clorox wipes? Do they not clean after themselves? I guess I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining too much, but I have every right to complain because I'm always the one that gets sick. Hey, Last Ronin, welcome. Okay, let's talk about this Wells Fargo situation here because it's a little too much. Hey, Dieter. Thank you for telling everybody to hit that like button, please, and thank you. Oh, I'll check it out. Thank you, thank you. Um, Wells Fargo's employee dies at work in the temp office, body not found until days later. Now, a Wells Fargo employee who died at a temp office wasn't found until days later, authorities say. According to a temp police, 60-year-old Denise, and I don't want to say her last name because I can't even pronounce it, who worked at the Wells Fargo corporate office near Priest Drive in Washington Street, scanned into work on August 16th at about 7 a.m. However, 4 days later, on August 20th, the temp authorities then responded to a location for reports about a subject down. Security at the building found Denise dead inside the building days after she clocked in. Authorities say no sound of foul play were found. So the news reached out to Wells Fargo and they received the following statement. We're deeply saddened by the tragic loss of our colleagues at the temp office. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families and loved ones during this difficult time. Counselors throughout Employee Assistant Consulting Services, the EAP, okay? It's temp, not temp. Is it tempid with an E? Thank you, Christian, for correcting me because I don't want to mispronounce it, but I could be. I'm thinking it's tempt, and I'm not even thinking of the E. Tempe. Thank you. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. Y'all know I love it when you guys correct me in the chat because I don't always get it right. Okay. Um. So Tempe, we're fully cooperating with the Tempe Police Department in their investigation, and will direct all further questions to them. So how'd that happen? Because this is like making trending news. I saw Nate the lawyer talking about this too. How this happened exactly? Let me know. And these are just sources that are reporting this. Let me know. There's the answer to your question. Nobody cleans. Lord have mercy. Well, there you go. Typical statement? Absolutely, I would say. So Tempe doesn't surprise me. We're so caught up in our world, we don't even notice others. It's true. Um, is it Tempe? Pronounce temper? Temper? Okay. Days later, I used to be a bus driver. Kids are just gross. LOL. Imagine if they didn't use those anti-germs items. Right. Right. They had security in the building. They had security in the building. How does she go to work? How I don't get it. Goes to show you how much they look after their employees. Look, I worked at a government building. All right. Nobody gives a shit about Blake Lively right now. I worked at a government building, right? And it's a pretty big government building. One of the things that I used to worry about that government building was like that piece is, people being forgotten in the building or people walking in there with a device or people doing the most because there have been threats that have been done before. People, the security was just not the best. And you had like all these government files of these folks. Now, let me just say this. This sounds like it was at a corporate office and not necessarily a bank, if you know what I mean. So I guess if it was at a bank, it might be a little bit different, but I don't know. I wonder if she clocked in on Friday and they found her on Monday. Well, if she clocked in, let's talk about it. So here's more information. A Wells Fargo employee was found dead in her cubicle 4 days after she clocked into work. She clocked in on a Friday, Steve. So she clocks in on August 16th. Mm. August 16th, which is a Friday. And then she's found in her cubicle dead 4 days later. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right? I mean, you would think that they're going everywhere. They're checking everybody's cubicles, security. I don't know if they would have security. I mean, it's a corporate office, so I'm thinking that they would have like some level of security or somebody doing checks, making sure everybody's gone. You know, this is just it's too much, right? There's security and janitorial services going in there. The cleaning crew in her cubicle. So it's not like she's just like hanging out there in like she's in her cubicle area. You know what I mean? She was found in her cubicle. It I don't think it's a bank. I think it's a corporate office, but they still have like financial files there, right? Like they gotta have other things going on. Here's my other beautiful Linda. Shout out to my Lindas with an I. Well, okay, let's get into that right here. Let's get into this, okay? On Friday, August 16th at about 7 a.m. local time, Denise, who was 60 at the time, 60 years old, arrived at the company office near the Priest Drive in Washington Street. Okay. And this is the statement that police gave. We can confirm that Denise was at a Wells Fargo. All right. We can confirm Denise was a Wells Fargo employee. Denise last scanned into the building on Friday, August 16th at approximately 7 a.m., and there was no further scan in or out. Body was discovered at a third floor desk in the office by on site security on Tuesday, August 20th. So they didn't find her until Tuesday on the third floor on her cubicle. Thank you, Rhiannon, for the $2, love. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. We talked about Mr. Yeast yesterday, so we need to make sure that we are not going to be silenced. We need to be careful. But thank you, Rhiannon, for the $2, my love. Thank you. Thank you. It's very tragic. It's third floor. Maybe she didn't have a family. Like nobody's like saying like, making sure that mom or sister or, cousin comes home. I'm just thinking in my mind, auntie, like third floor. Thank you, Kim. You tell them, Kim. And thank you, Rhiannon, for the $2. Bad security. Bad security, that's for sure. I guess nobody cleans, but they be playing this. I mean, the cleaning crew comes. Does it not come on the weekends? Okay, so Denise's body was found. What Denise's body was discovered at the third floor desk in the office by on-site security on Tuesday. So security found her on Tuesday, not during the weekend. Right. I hope she didn't have any pets. So there was no security there during the week. During the weekend, there was no security on Friday. What is going on with this story? No, Deborah, I'm there with you on that one, love. It's definitely weird how this is happening. No, Jen, you're right. That could very well be the case. Like some folks don't talk to their families. We don't really know. There was, Roberta, I think I remember a story similar to this a couple years ago, too. Hey, Oklahoma. Everybody, it wasn't like the holiday weekend. They're not suspecting foul play, but it wasn't like the holiday weekend, guys. Like I can understand if this was like maybe like a Memorial Day or 4th of July or some ish like that, but there's no foul play that they're suspecting at this point. That is true. People are found unalive for days often. That's very true, Miyu. Very true. I guess nobody works on the weekends. Nope. Bizarre. It is. What if it was at her home, right? What makes it weird is that it was at work. Hey, Nicole. Hey, love. Mia Mo says, I was just about to ask the family and friends, but nobody. Hey, Sheldell. Welcome. It's sus. It's a skeleton crew. They don't clean the third floor. Nobody works on Monday. Well, they found her on Tuesday last round, and they found her on Tuesday. It's okay. So let's keep going. This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying that they found. I'm still a little like side eyeing the story, just a little bit, right? So her body was discovered on the third floor desk. Okay, she had a cubicle. It was discovered by site security on Tuesday. The preliminary investigation did not show any obvious signs of foul play. We have no further information at this time, and there's an ongoing investigation. Her cause of death will be determined by the county medical examiner's office. Police had responded to the location after receiving reports about a subject down. Okay. And then Wellsfargo did not immediately respond to the contact by people. They did release that statement. We just read it. That's all we know so far. So, I mean, listen, she could have had a heart attack. Something could have happened to her. She could have passed away. Yeah, waiting for medical examiners, but I'm pressing you're waiting for the medical examiners, but you're pressing police. Do you feel like there's something more to this? Maybe that's what it is. Like sometimes you're right. Like sometimes people do, yeah, aneurysm, heart attack. Sometimes people pass away. That happened in the building that I used to work in the government. But that was my biggest fear is that the building always had activity during the weekend. You have people kind of coming and going. So, that's just kind of how it is. They haven't released any of that, Miyamo. None of that. None of that. None of that. It's weird though that they have. I don't know if there's a cleaning crew. Maybe they don't have a weekend cleaning crew. Maybe nobody noticed it. Maybe they don't even clean the third floor. That could very well be the case. Yes, there are still companies that allow work from home. So maybe there were workers, but not in the office. You think it's sus? I don't know, y'all. What do you guys think? You guys find this to be suspect? I guess I need more information to kind of go there. I don't know why they assume no foul play when there's still an ongoing investigation. See, I don't understand why police makes that statement. Yes, could be a heat stroke. That's true. Summers are dangerous. No foul play usually means no bodily damage. Like from the on-site, from the first sight of like looking at this, maybe that's why they say no foul play. I just think it's weird to put something out like that if there's still an ongoing investigation, you know? You don't think it's sus? I think housekeeping and security were just lazy. Well, there you go. Yeah. Well, there you go. I think it shows how detached from reality we truly are. I think it's so easy for our minds to kind of go there, honestly. JDad says, guess I'm the only one who thought it was strange. LOL, never mind, my bad. No, I think a lot of people think it's strange. I live 90% of my life wearing my tinfoil crown. I think everything is suspect. Oh, man. Oh, man. Y'all are funny. All right, let's talk about Donna Adelson because there's been like some news and I saw some court TV stuff going on with Donna Adelson. Donna Adelson, the matriarch. All right, the hell, I don't know what to make of this lady sometimes. The charges are very serious, clearly, for those that have read the case or are familiar with this case. But here we are with the case against Donna Adelson just a couple of weeks away. The defense team has filed several motions to ensure their client gets a fair trial. Adelson is in court today, and that was on the 29th. So that was yesterday. So where the judge is considering those motions, Adelson is accused in a murder for hire plot that targeted her former son-in-law, Dan Markel. Markel is a 41-year-old father and Florida State University law professor who was fatally gunned down in the driveway in 2014. This was one of those cases that I was obsessed with before I was a creator. And I used to listen, like, I was such a huge podcast listener. I have not listened to a good podcast in a long, long time. Right, Kim? Tell her to come down from that pedestal. Tell her to come down from that pedestal. All right. Yo, remember when she was complaining about the food and the, sleeping on the bed and the bedding? Hey, Tricky Vicky. Y- the lady's still sitting there. Okay, she's probably got different complaints. Mm, I'm wondering about this too. I'm wondering about Wendy. Wendy. I'm just wondering if they're also going to get the daughter too. How is everyone tried and not the wife of the deceased? That woman is suspect to me. I'm sorry. I do not think that Wendy Adelson is innocent of anything. In my opinion, I know she's a lawyer, yada, whatever, whatever. Okay. In my opinion, I think she's very suspect. Okay. I think she had a hand in a lot of what happened. I also think, I don't get is everybody being convicted and tried and everything, and Wendy, who was the wife, doesn't do anything. Yes, he said Donna and that family are too much. We'll be lurking, need some housework done. Well, shout out to you, beautiful messy ball. Shout out to you. And Becky, shout out to you for being here. You said Wendy's beyond guilty. She's living free on borrowed time. I think she's beyond guilty too. I'm so glad I'm not the only one who feels this way. I was like, how is it that this woman is able? It's just like, it's like nothing. Hey, Beetle. It's like nothing. I don't get it. But maybe, I don't know. Like mother, like daughter. I don't think so either. I don't think so. Hey, Jessica Chappies, welcome. Um, I don't put it past these people. Okay, so let's keep going. Adelson, the fourth person to be tried in the connection with Markel's death, is charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and solicitation to commit murder. She pled not guilty. Adelson's son, a wealthy South Florida periodontist, and is he doing dentist work behind bars? Because I read somewhere that he was like a dentist now behind bars, which I'm like, I guess that's a good thing because I mean his skill set's not going to waste. But I did read somewhere that he like is a dentist behind bars. Am I right or am I right or am I wrong? Let me know. Okay. I read somewhere, I can't remember where I heard that he was doing like dental work behind, but which I thought was good. I'm like, okay, cool. Like he's putting his trade skills to work. So he was convicted of Markel's murder last year in a case covered by Court TV. Charlie's ex-girlfriend, Catherine Magbanawa, I think that's how you say her last name. I think it's Magbanawa, was also convicted, as were two hitmen, Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera. Luis Rivera accepted a plea deal. Now, prosecutors say Donna was desperate for her daughter, Wendy Adelson, and two young grandsons to relocate to Miami area to be near her. At that time, Wendy and Dan Markel were involved in a bitter custody battle following a contentious divorce. Donna allegedly involved Charlie, who involved Meg Manawa, who recruited Garcia and Rivera to carry out the actual shooting in return for a large sum of money from the Adelsons, who ran a successful dental practice. Okay, so they deal with gums. Oh well, my bad. But that's what I'm saying is like, didn't he do some kind of work behind bars on it? I'm just saying. I'm saying. Okay. I feel Wendy will get it next. I've heard she has immunity. Something along that line. I can't imagine she doesn't get charged. The boys deserve justice across the board. Yeah, I would agree. You said I bet he's billing the state for dental work. Well, gum work, periodontals. Yes. Whose birthday is it? Shout out to who? Jen's birthday? Hold up. I don't see anybody in the chat. Well, happy birthday if it's your birthday, love. Shout out to you. Okay. I got the name right. Okay, because it's like hard to pronounce. Hey, before I go, let's see. Hold up, what you guys are saying. Jen, happy birthday. Okay, shout out to you guys. Let's keep going on this commentary. So, I don't understand this part too. It's like these successful people that think that they can't get away with causing, like, with the mess that they create here. I don't get it. So in documents newly obtained by Court TV, a motion in the limelight has been filed on behalf of Donna seeking to exclude specific evidence or arguments from being presented at her upcoming trial. They want to exclude the Tallahassee police investigator Craig's testimony from the 2019 trial. Okay. Joint trial of co-defendants Mambanawa and Garcia. Craig told the jury that he approached Donna at the memorial service for Markel, asking if she and her husband, Harvey Adelson, would submit to a police interview. But Donna and Harvey left Tallahassee without doing so. And according to the motions, Donna does not want Craig's testimony to come up at her trial because it constitutes an improper use of pre-arrest silence. In other words, she's worried her decision to keep her mom a decade ago will be used to impeach her if she opts to testify in her own defense. I need a drink. Well, I mean, she should be worried. She should be worried. Everything that they've had on these people for the last couple of years, all the motions, everything. I just don't get it. And I didn't know Donna was 74 years old. She's been in jail since taken into custody last November, exactly 1 week after Charlie was convicted. Oh yeah, didn't they like flee to like Vietnam, or attempted to flee to Vietnam with a one-way ticket? I mean, talk about this situation. It's just a mess. Thank you, Nicole, for being a member for 21 months. Oh my God. Thank you, love. Shout out to you. Oh man, we'll drop some birthday cakes and hearts for Jen. My throat is failing me, guys. Have you listened to their jail phone calls? I have listened to their jail phone calls. I have. It's no shame. No shame in the game. No shame in the game. You said Katie has gotten immunity and has been able to care for her children. She chose to stay silent. Now she's making inmate dating sites for life. Oh my gosh. Lord have mercy. Yes, everybody. Okay, so we'll definitely be keeping up a little bit with this case. There's just so many moving parts of the Adelson case. But I definitely think, I don't care if she's 72, 82, 102. In my opinion, she had a lot to do and she had no shame in any of what happened with Markel. And I would agree with you on this one, Steve. She's beyond guilty. All of them are beyond guilty. They should all be convicted. All of them, in my opinion. And I don't know. Like, I get it. I'm all for everybody having a fair trial because that's what this is about. But they're guilty. They're guilty, in my opinion. Jail bay for life. Oh my God, Night Charm. Night Charm with the jokes. Okay, Iron Rabbit. Oh, Iron Rabbit just blessed us in the chat with 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Iron Rabbit. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all put some hearts in the chat if you got a membership from Iron Rabbit. And then again, thank you so much, Nicole and Rhiannon. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting my channel. Y'all are amazing. Guilty of sin? Yeah, sin is pretty guilty. Just gonna say that. They're all guilty. All of them. All of them. Put them in the jail. Put them in the jail. You think they don't have enough to convict Wendy? They just gonna let her talk. Thank you, Iron Rabbit. You're on time. Thank you. Maybe they don't. Or maybe she signed something. Maybe that's what it is. Okay. You said not sin is pretty guilty. Yeah, sin is pretty guilty. All right, let's talk about another person that y'all are going to love. I swear, we need to have like a Friday Stupid Criminal Day or something. Y'all remember, you guys remember this lady right here? Put it in the chat. I think they did too, Iron Rabbit. I think she might have, but it's not public. We see each other on that one. Just saying. Y'all remember this lady? Put in the chat. Okay? Let me know. Mm-hmm. Remember Susan Smith, the killer mother, begging the father of her kids, the kids that she murdered, that she drowned, not to oppose her parole this year. Y'all remember that woman? Mm-hmm. She's over here sleeping with guards and having all kinds of crazy relationships with all kinds of folks. And, one of her people that she was dating said that she'd be a great mother and she would allow her around his children. Y'all remember that? Mm-hmm. This lady right here. We're going to talk about this lady. Wim, thank you for being a member for 21 months. Look at you. You guys are like sharing. Happy birthday to you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you. Well, monthly birthdays. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Wim and Nicole, you guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You said no parole for her after what she did? Well, I did a video on this lady. Y'all, I did a video on this lady, okay? And this lady, first of all, I know she had a really horrific childhood. Yes, she did, Amy. She did. Remember the Black community, everybody was so upset. The Black community came at her because she was literally blaming a Black man for the crime that she committed. Okay, it's a big deal, all right? Big deal back then. I just couldn't believe it. I was very much younger when this case happened, but I remember this case. And Wim just gifted 5 memberships. Yo, thank you, Wim. If you got a membership from Wim, please put a heart in the chat, please, and thank you, Wim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's crazy. Let's talk about this lady right here. Let's talk about this lady. I hear you, Dead Jay. Jay Dead. You said kind of weird. I live like 10 minutes away from the John D. Long Lake in Union, South Carolina, where Suzanne Smith drowned her children. I can't read. I never search anything about her, but the stream was recommended to me. Well, I'm glad that it was recommended to you. Shout out to you. It was a horrific crime. And the people, like, I remember watching the interviews of the people that found the bodies of these boys in the water, and just seeing that sight and being something that they could never ever take away from their minds. Like, you had these search and rescue folks that were looking for these babies in the water. This woman, no heart whatsoever. So you're over here calling the father of these children, talking about, please don't oppose my release. Don't oppose my release. You can stay over there and you can continue to do what you do over there, writing to these men, these desperate men that will tell you that you'd be a great mother for their children. You could stay in there. You can stay in there. You can stay in there. You know what I mean? Hey, Poe, Susan Smith in prison for the 1994 murder of her 2 young sons has a parole hearing early in November. Literally, how many months away? August, September, November. How many months? August? Well, September's tomorrow, right? September, October, literally 3 months, 2 months. She's going to have a hearing. Okay? November, early November. But if her former husband has anything to do with it, she'll remain in prison. The killer mom has reached out to her ex, David Smith, asking him not to oppose her bid for freedom. But a family member tells the Post that Smith will 100% oppose her release from prison. He has every right to stand in her way. That's exactly what he's about to do. She killed his kids, caused him a lifetime of heartbreak. If she thinks she's going to just stand by while she tries to get out of jail, she's more delusional than we know, than we even thought. Oppose it. Oppose it. I don't know. So according to a spokesperson from the South Carolina Department of Probation, Parole, and Pardons, parole seekers can file a notice that they're seeking early release. At that point, the state notifies the victims' families, and they have the right to weigh in on that decision. David Smith lost 3-year-old Michael and 14-year-old Alexander when his then wife Susan drove them both into a lake while they were strapped into their car seats in 1994. She has been incarcerated in the Correctional Institute in Greenwood, South Carolina for more than 2 decades after the notorious murders of her 2 sons. These babies never had a chance. And this woman sat in front of the camera and lied and was like crying and was like, this person did it. This person did that, making false allegations. Okay, now I got to talk about another clown, and I'm going to call him a clown. Mar Lugo, thank you so much for the 1 and 9. So is it someone's birthday or not? Yeah, it's Jen's birthday. Jen just said it's her birthday. Shout out to Jen. We just dropped some hearts. Thank you for the 199, love. It's Kim's tomorrow. Mine's a couple of weeks away from now. The y'all, shout out to the Virgo season. Oh my God, the Virgo season. All right, so let's talk about this clown real quick because it relates to Susan. This guy right here is an ex-guard who had sex with Smith in prison in 2000. Now, I don't know why this guy thought it was okay to do an interview with News Nation to say, because this guy has played victim to Susan Smith. Like, she must have jumped on your peen or something for you to just be like, it just happened. It was 3 a.m. and I had my urges and she was right there, an inmate, and I just happened to be working the overnight shift. And I'm sorry, I'm being so vulgar right now because I don't understand why this man thinks that anybody's going to have any sympathy. I don't know. Oh my God. Yeah, she did say that. You said, no, it's not. Oh, okay. I thought it was. Somebody said, Jen, happy birthday. I'm sorry. I must have misread. My bad. Well, happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is. All right. My bad. It was his job not to do that. This man had one job to do, which is what? To be a correctional officer?
In the meantime, Susan has been disciplined at least 5 different times, sometimes for having drugs in prison, sometimes for having sex in prison, including with 2 correctional officers. Alfred Rowe, one of the guards, has something to say about Susan Smith getting parole, and he joins me now live for this TV exclusive. Alfred, thanks for being on. First things first, do you think she should be allowed parole?
No, I don't think she should be allowed parole yet.
And why is that?
Hold up. Ashley Banfield is asking the man that Susan Smith had sex with in the 2000s, do you think she should be allowed parole yet? No, I don't think she should be allowed parole yet. His interview is because of Susan Smith. Oh, yay. Shout out to Natalie, y'all. Shout out to Natalie. You guys, thank you, Natalie, for the room raid. Shout out to you. Come on, Banfield. Now, this is... Let me know what you guys think. I said the P word. I said the peen. I did. Wynn was making fun of me for saying honest. I said we're gonna get a little vulgar today on this Friday today, okay? And then we'll go pray on Sunday. That's what we're gonna do. This is scrapping bottom of the barrel. Why would you ask the man that she had sex with, a correctional officer that lost his job because of that, whether she should be released or not? Am I off about that? I could be off. You know, sometimes I'm so harsh and I don't always see it. It happens. I don't know, y'all.
Her prison record just shows that, in my opinion, she's not really learned anything while being in prison except how to do illegal things. Other than
wait a minute, the guard is saying her prison record shows that she shouldn't be released. She just knows how to do illegal things. I can't.
The killing of her sons.
What's fascinating is that if you ask most people, they would say she never deserves parole because of the way she murdered these babies and then the lie that she told the nation. But you feel differently. You feel that her parole chances should be solely determined on this bad behavior while in prison. If she could clean up her act, kick the drugs and the manipulation, do you think she would deserve parole then?
I think everybody deserves one second chance.
I don't know what, is this a real thing? I rabbit, right? But do illegal things like him. But she, is anybody understanding the elephant in the room here? Like, you're asking a man that lost his job because he had sex with her, whether she should be released or not. Does anybody understand what the issue is at hand here? Like, I could be wrong. Listen, I could be harsh. Maybe I'm the only one that feels like I see this. I don't know.
And that includes Susan. You know, she's got a lot of cleaning up to do before she deserves that second chance.
You know, one of the conditions for parole is often no drugs, no alcohol, no bars. You can't be associated with people in those industries, etc. If she were granted parole, do you think she could?
No sex with correctional officers. That's another one of her rules, you know.
Keep parole, or do you think she'd violate?
Could be.
As extensive as her drug offenses are in prison, she would, I'd say less than a year, she'd be right back behind bars for violating the no drugs and no alcohol. And if she still like,
go ahead.
If she still likes sex the way she did back then, you'll find the strip clubs as well.
Yo, listen. I cannot. Oh no, I quit. I was like, what? See, he said what? He said, if she still likes sex like she did back then.
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch?
I don't need to explain myself to you. And
what was the reason?
Oh man. All right. Yo, I can't.
and that too would be a violation.
It look at Ashley's face. Hold up. Let me go back a little bit. Hold up. Look at her face. Hold up.
That too would be a violation.
This can't be real. This cannot, like, they're playing on our face.
If she still likes sex the way she did back then, she'll find the strip clubs as well, and that too would be a violation.
I want to ask you, and I know it's personal, but it is the nexus of the story here. How you ended up starting an affair with Susan Smith in jail?
It's a question that I can't answer. I don't know how I allowed it to happen. I guess being young, never being around that many women before, and then being basically locked up just like they were for 12 hours a day. I just fell into her sweet talk and manipulation, her cool demeanor, I guess.
There was one other detail I wanted to ask you about, and that was I've heard you say before that she was revered among the other female inmates. Do you have any idea why? Because typically child killers are not revered among other inmates.
Yeah, that was a puzzle to me too. But she didn't have any enemies. Nobody hated her. Nobody really disliked her. She had a small following of people that anytime you saw Susan, you would see those people right there with her.
Oh my God.
Do you think she has any idea how hated she is on the outside, Alfred?
I don't think she does. I think she's under the impression with so many different suitors that she's had over the years, over the phone, and even being allowed at one time to join that video site that allowed her to have video conferences with different suitors, that America now has forgiven her and likes her.
Alfred Rowe, I'm going to call on you again because we're not finished covering this story. We have a big parole hearing coming up in November, and
she's going to call on him again because he like, are you kidding me? Look at somebody's the nerve. The guard has a lot of nerve talking about her after he slept with an incarcerated person. What was she smoking? What? They're calling on this guy for credibility. This person said this guy doesn't hold a lot of credibility with me, considering his own track record and lack of good judgment. Y'all see how she couldn't even get, it's very grotesque. But I will say this to me is literally.
I'd like to get further insights from you. Thanks for being on tonight. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Literally right here. Hold up. Let's go back. She shouldn't have sex.
And if she still like,
go ahead.
If she still likes sex the way she did back then, she'll find the strip clubs as.
If she still likes sex the way she did back then, what does that even mean? Look at Ashley's face.
Well, and that too would be a violation.
Look at Ashley's face. Yo, I cannot. Like, did he really, when he said that?
And the strip clubs as well, and that too would be a violation.
I want to ask you, and I know it's personal, but it is the nexus of the story here. How you ended up starting
it's giving Duck Dynasty, that's for sure. I just can't believe it. And then Ashley's is like, I'm just gonna ask you the big elephant question in the room. You know, how did you get in love? Well, I was reeled in. I fell into her, and things just kind of happened. A bunch of them were locked up, just like I was locked up. I mean, he had no outside world. I cannot, you guys. He lost his job over this. I hope y'all know. Rem's like, I don't want to think about Santa having sex. This is classic to me. Like, I just cannot believe it. One more time and then I'm done, because literally her face is everything. Hold up.
Roads and no alcohol. And if she still like,
go ahead.
If she still likes sex the way she did back then, she'll find the strip clubs as well, and that too would be a violation.
How I,
Oh my God. Right. Ruin his career for a quickie behind bars. Shame. Shame. I don't want to interview this guy for what? He's already given his sob story. You said, I want to know about how long ago. This happened years ago. So he was working, this is how the story goes. Working late night as a correctional officer, and she came on to him, and it was all her fault, and he just kind of fell into it. We're not talking about the abuse of power, right? Like, he is a correctional officer. Let's not forget about that, because that's really what it was. I mean, she is a convicted killer. She's manipulative as well. She's evil as they come, but he's also abusing his power in that situation. So let's not forget about that. So yeah, he is very much in the wrong for this, whether she came on to him, whatever it was, but he abused his power. That's the bigger conversation here. And this is not the only story out there of a correctional officer using those tactics to take over a situation. She's a shitty person. She might have come on to him, but guess what? He was in a position of power. He was in a position of authority. This bullshit ass interview that Banfield did right here is not like, you're giving credibility to this man, asking him if she should be paroled. What? Has he even been able to get a job after what happened? I don't think I could do it with a straight face. You Tricky Vicky, you want me to lose my shit online. That's the problem. Yeah, exactly. He was in the position to say no. He was very much in the position. Hey, Abraham, she was in the position. He's the one in power. He's the one. You don't get to turn it on and say, well, it was her and she shouldn't be allowed out. You know what I mean? That's just how I see it. Cash, thank you for the $4.99. I came here for true crime and all I got was lasagna, birthdays, and a Manji Randy block. Cash, thank you for the $4.99. See, I don't disappoint. Thank you. You got some. It's the Friday commentary. All right. Journalism is dead. That's true. It seems like it. Her name is Bashley Anfield. Sorry, just because the assaulted person is a scum does not remove his liability in it. Plus, I'm so sick of the line, she seduced me. Amen to that, Remar. Amen to that. No. No. You said interview, #interview this dude, please, Rabbit. No. No. He already put in his resignation because he was going to retirement anyway. Santa had some toys to make. Oh my God, influence. This is too much. Keep him out of the red suit and the malls. Lord have mercy. It is. It's the effery Friday. It really is. Thank you, Miyamo, for being a member for 2 months. Thank you. Not for the, and I'm not doing no Christmas, but that's too much. Let's see what else you guys are saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, all jokes aside, in my opinion, that man was too much. He violated his position. And he's lucky that he didn't get charged. I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, you have a uniform and you're going through any kind of government, taxpayer type of position. People go to jail for things like that. He did. He violated his position. There should have been more to him besides a resignation. Susan Smith is a shitty person and she's evil as hell and she should not be released. There should be nothing like that or anything for her. In my opinion, she shouldn't even be contacted. David Smith, however, that's too much. Rabbit will platform Mr. Super Sperm with 1 million babies, but not the Damn, Pika. I did platform Mr. Super Sperm. Y'all remember Mr. Super Sperm? Listen, he's out there, you know. I'm not even going to say his name because he gets mad. Girl, I'm going to have a video done on me. I'm not saying his name. You're right. You're right. I should be able to platform this man if I'm platforming Super Sperm. And they're all messed up at this point, Rem. They're all messed up. Damn. That's a good one, though. I love that. I love that. I wouldn't listen. I would not object to platforming Santa Claus if, first of all, I don't know his contact and I wouldn't reach out to him. But if he watches this, sir, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not gonna do you like Banfield over here. I'm gonna ask you the tough questions, and I'm also gonna hold you accountable to the ish that you say. However, my chat might be a whole different issue because they've been clowning on me too. So. Oh man. All right. We got some legal questions. We do. Don't ruin Christmas wrapping. Listen, at this point, we will see. We will see. We have some legit questions. I don't know. What else is there to the story? The man felt like he feels like a victim. Okay. He feels like a victim. That's the thing about this man. That's what I said. What happened to him? He fell into her spell. She seduced him. It wasn't the other way around. Bullshit. Becky, thank you for being a member for 4 months. I'm starting a petition. Rabbit, please interview him. Yeah, you guys, no, don't contact him. If he watches this, I wouldn't be opposed to interviewing him. But please know, I do have a lot of questions, and they're not going to be catering to a story of him being a victim of Susan Smith. I'm just going to tell you that. Yeah, cool. All right, cool. Let's keep moving. Not Timu Santa. You guys would be gagging in the chat. All right. The ish that I do for you guys. Okay, let's move on. I want to talk a little bit about Mr. Well, listen. I had a lot of emails come to the inbox, and I get a lot of emails, guys. I'm backed up on emails, okay? But I will say this, I had a lot of folks reach out to me about my Gary commentary, my Gary thoughts, some of which were like, hey, I used to watch Different Strokes. I didn't know about this. Hey, this is what I learned. Thank you so much for doing this video type of situation, which is absolutely fine. I'm going to say this. So I did watch a couple times the Gary Peacock documentary thing. I definitely recommend it. If it's going to be the weekend here. If you need something to watch on this weekend, I learned other things that I did not know from this Peacock series. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold up, y'all. I definitely learned something that I did not know. Hold up. I would say it's definitely a good watch, especially like if you're not my opinion, okay? There is this thing in Hollywood, and as we continue to expose the industry and everything, where we keep repeating the situation with children in Hollywood. Let me take Santa Claus off of my face. We keep repeating this thing, and we keep being surprised by the outcomes of the things that we keep repeating when it comes to Hollywood, okay? This is the one that I'm talking about, this one. In my generation, I'm a millennial, right? We see what Britney Spears is doing. We see what other folks are doing over here that have been caught up in conservatorships, that have been, Orlando Brown, Raven Simone, different kind of stories that are coming about child stars and just the trauma that comes out of this, okay? And honestly, like, it's a sad situation, but there hasn't been a lot of advocacy. There's been a lot of exposing. There's more of exposing of what is happening in the industry versus there being advocacy to the things that have happened, right? The aftermath. How many more stories, horror stories, do we need of child actors that are out here doing the most, or that died early, or that they went through this or that because they're not being protected by the parents? Gary's story is horrible, 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 horrible. And that's what caught my attention right away. I didn't know that, first of all, Gary was born with all kinds of medical issues. He was adopted at a very young child, he was adopted at a day old, okay? Very young child, completely born with a bunch of medical issues, all right? And then he becomes this child star. And while he's having open heart surgeries and kidney problems, he's out there working, okay? With this dialysis machine, this man lived 25 years without working kidneys. No kidneys, and he was still working and working and working. I didn't know his parents, his adoptive parents, stole from this man. Okay? He made 18 million. And at the end of the day, he had to sue his parents. Dies without even reconciling with his parents. And his parents never owned up to the fact that they did Gary wrong. Till this day. They try to get Gary under this conservatorship to try, like, I didn't even know this part. This was new to me. I didn't know that Gary's parents tried to get Gary under a conservatorship to take his money, to hide some of the assets, to continue to move away from, like, to continue away from the narrative that they were stealing from him. What do you mean? He had an obligation to say no. Let me know. They took advantage of him. He sued his parents. He did. Yeah, imagine how hard that might have been for him, at that time, to sue his parents. And the thing is that I think he was honestly that one person, how he turned out as an adult, because people have said, well, he wasn't the nicest person as an adult. I would imagine that. I think that if I went through that kind of abuse, I wouldn't be very nice. I would be like not very nice whatsoever with folks. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't be. He assaulted people. Yes, he did. He did. Yeah. Wasn't it Macaulay Culkin? He did. Didn't he sue his parents too? He was a child. He couldn't just say no. He wasn't. This is why he couldn't, literally from the age of 10 to all the way to 18. And he was making, I think it was like $100,000 per episode of Different Strokes. He was the highest paid. There was a rumor out there, and I'm trying to find more information about this. But yes, Macaulay emancipated. Thank you for saying this. There was a rumor out there that Gary actually helped NBC because they were like at the very end of their leg. They were about to get, like, the whole network was about to go away. So I don't blame him for not being able to trust anybody. Honestly, I don't. They took everything from him. Everything. And then imagine you're typecast. You can't get another job as an actor, like especially with, your height being a certain way. When everyone has used you and indulged you, views of people are not very positive. Absolutely. One of the things that I found, he did this interview a couple years before he died, okay? It was said, and this was a rumor, but he did confirm this in an interview, and one of them was with Howard Stern. He died a virgin. He never consummated this marriage that he had with Shannon Price. So this is why I say it's very important to look at Shannon Price, because it's been years since this happened. It was ruled accidental that he died from a fall, but I have a lot of questions about this. I really, really do. So, and that 911 call is very awful. She didn't render any aid whatsoever to this man. And one of the things that this documentary did is that they actually interviewed the other woman that was named in a will for Gary. So this is why I was like, oh my God, it's a good watch. Definitely recommend for you guys to watch. I also did a couple videos. I was able to get a couple of the snippets out of the Gary Peacock documentary from this video. You guys check it out. Go show it some love because it's not doing very good. So please go hit the like button, show some support. And then I was able to find in my research some of the reality show TVs that they were able to do that they did together with Shannon Price. And then the first video that I did on this topic is over here. Y'all go check it out. But it was interesting to go back and even pull some more information from this. This woman, in my opinion, she's got no shame. No fucking shame. Gary had an advance directive. And in his advance directive, no, because he was broke. In his advance directive, he said that if he were to be on any type of life support, he specifically said he wanted folks to wait 15 days before anybody pulled the plug. The woman pulled the plug 2 days. In 2 days when he was on life support. Why? If he wasn't going to come out of whatever he was coming from, okay, what's the issue? If she didn't do anything, like it might be, I don't get this. And so then when the medical examiner's office, and we reviewed this on my latest drop, okay, when the medical examiner's office said that this was an accidental fall, guess what? The police immediately closed the investigation and named this as a accident. No foul play. You think I think so too, Kim. This man didn't have any money. This woman. So what the Peacock documentary showed, and I thought it was interesting because I was thinking about that. Some of you guys have said, well, maybe there was a life insurance policy. There wasn't. This man died broke. The only thing he had was his home and a couple things of like memorabilia, and the home was there. It was like upside down. There was still a mortgage to it and everything. So, and he wasn't up to date on the payments or anything like that. Okay. There was a part where the people that knew their marriage, okay? Now, mind you, they were only married for like 7 months, all right? No, not that I know of. I was thinking about this too. I don't even think he had one. I don't think he had anything. The people that knew the marriage, Shannon would like take Gary and basically parade him around. She liked that attention that she got from folks. Oh, that's your husband? You're married to so-and-so? But mind you, they never consummated the marriage. There was none of that, okay? And I think Gary was okay with that because he openly talked about the fact that at that time he was a 40-year-old virgin. He said that, I think it was at the Howard Stern show. I can't remember. I'm going to have to pull the clip. But he talked about the fact that he never had sex. He was married at that time, okay? Which, you know, I think it goes to show that he was in love with her. He was willing to be with her. But for her, she, you know, she wanted a car. She got the car. He helped with the down payment of a car. But this man was riddled with so many medical issues. And yet, you know, he was working. He was the one working. I don't know how he didn't thought like there was no disability there. I don't know how people thought that this man was supposed to hold a household down with all these ailments that he had. Yeah. If your loved one has an advance directive, okay? If my husband has an advance directive and he's telling me in this advance directive, that's a great question. I don't know why. This is what Gary said. If my loved one has an advance directive, and in the advance directive, it says that if I don't come back from whatever is going on within 15 days, pull the plug. But legally, Shannon Price didn't break the law because in the advance directive, it says that if more than one doctor is telling you that he's not going to come back, you can pull the plug. And what her excuse was, well, more than one doctor said that he wasn't going to make it. So I just decided to pull the plug. I don't know what she thought she was going to get from this. I don't know what, but really she didn't get anything. She went to court. Okay. They went to court to fight over Gary's ashes. And she still didn't get those ashes. They found her in court in an independent investigation. They found her to be very abusive and that she was cheating on him while they were together. He didn't want her living at the house when this happened. He thought about getting a restraining order. He called the attorney that he was working with, which was his defense attorney. And I have that snippet on this video. You guys check it out. The defense attorney says we were working on a restraining order. Gary calls him a couple days later and says, listen, can you rescind that order? We're going to try to make it work again on the 4th time. Gary and Shannon were in this cycle. She says in this video, go watch it. She says, did we put our hands on each other? Yes, we did. But that's normal. That's what normal couples do. Listen, that's one thing. If you're playing around and you're roughhousing, I get that. But it's not normal to put your hands on each other when you're fighting. She said, hey, yeah, we might have slapped each other. I might have slapped him around. I might have did that. Yeah, pretty much. Go watch it. Go watch that video. Okay. Very short, 20 minutes. Share it. So yeah, I was just amazed. I don't know. So his death was ruled an accident. It's on his death certificate. And that's what happened. They have tests to find out if someone isn't compatible with life. Were those tests done? Is it done before taking off life support? No. I don't know, Heidi. I don't know if any of those tests were done. You know, you would think that if like in 2 days to get those tests done. But for me, it's like if the advance directive says that my husband, this is his wishes. Okay. This is his wishes. He wants to be like on these machines for 15 days. I'm going to honor those wishes because that's what he wants. Morally, I think that's the best thing to do. Morally. That's true. That is very true. And maybe she didn't have the money to, pay for those bills. You know what I mean? Did she ask more than just one doctor? Is there proof of her asking? She says she asked multiple doctors. I don't think that she gave a shit about this man. She didn't ride in the ambulance after what happened. She didn't. She didn't give a shit about this man. She liked the attention that she got from this man and the attention that the media gave her. But honestly, I don't think she liked this man. I don't think she wanted to be married to this man. I don't think she was in love. I'm sorry, y'all. What did she say? It was golden. Our love was golden. It was everything. No, girl. No, girl. Get real. You were 19 when you met him. Okay? I don't think it was love. I don't think you loved him. I think he loved you, but I don't think you loved him. Mm-mm. Nope. That does happen. I'm an RN at the hospital, gets pressure from insurance for discharges in the hospital once, discharges, etc. Yeah. He was on life support on a breathing machine. So what this is a story that she gives. She gives a story that he had cranial I forgot the medical name, but there was like bleeding of the brain, okay? And he was going down to go get dialysis. While he was getting dialysis, he went into cardiac arrest. And that's when he was put on life support, okay? A breathing machine because he wasn't, but he had an advance directive, and this advance directive, it clearly said that that he wanted to be on the machine for 15 days before pulling the plug. He was only there for 2. That's it. When the 911 call, she never rendered any aid whatsoever. The year before. So then I was thinking about this. I said, is it possible that after he had heart surgery that maybe the doctor said you're not going to make it? after this heart surgery? Possible. But nobody goes into heart surgery thinking that they're not going to make it. Don't you go to expand your life? He didn't have one. He didn't have one. Her argument is that what did he say? Her argument was that he didn't have one, and she wanted to make sure that they would resuscitate. She was doing everything to save his life. That's what they said. So Golden is also said in a sarcastic way, for my opinion. Yeah, maybe she was being sarcastic. I don't know, but it was definitely a weird. I don't know. Definitely not a love that I think a lot of us understood. But I don't think she loved him. I think he loved her. I don't think she loved him. I don't. And I also think that he was used and abused throughout the industry by people that were supposed to support him and protect him. But, he wasn't also the nicest person. I think he was a product of what he went through at the end of the day. She says something like, hold up. She says something like, I don't even know if he's going to be alive down there. Yeah. Her version of events and the things that she says do not make sense whatsoever. They don't. And you got to go back. And this is what I did. I pulled interviews from years ago. So go review them. Check them out. It was a hard video to kind of get through the copyright system because they like to ding the shit out of you. So hopefully our video doesn't get silence whatsoever. But check it out. All right, guys. So I'm going to let you guys go. Let me shout out some people, please. And thank you. Let me shout out Rhiannon. Thank you so much. Nicole and Wim, thank you for being members for freaking ever, and ever. Thank you, Nicole and Wim. Shout out to you. Iron Rabbit, thank you for gifting. And Wim, thank you for gifting as well. You guys are amazing. Mar Lugo, thank you so much. And Cash, thank you. Miyamo, thank you for being a member for 2 months. And Pinche Becky, thank you for being a member for 4 months. Starting a petition. Lord have mercy. Let me know how far that goes. Y'all, let me know your thoughts in the comments about some of the content that we just talked about today. You guys are amazing. I hope you guys have a great Friday. I got a couple of uploads to work on, but if you watch the Gary documentary, let me know your thoughts. Tell me in the comments. Okay. I will see you guys in the next one. Rabbits out. Bye, guys.